Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Just a forewarning, this replay has been rated P for the use of premium rounds. um, I wasn't top tier, but I wasn't bottom tier. And you'll hear me talk about this in the post-game stats. I'm working, probably talked about a lot, too much in the post-game stats, but I'm working towards getting a gun mark on this. Almost got my first one. I'm at like almost 60%. And plus I'm trying to work on getting my WN8 back up because I've been playing artillery a lot recently, trying to get my Object 260 missions done. And my WN8 has dropped from 1800 down to 1797, I think it is. And I want to get it back up there, so I've been trying to make sure that when I play matches I do damage and a lot of it. And the only way to almost guarantee that is by, yes, slinging a lot of premium rounds. So anyways, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of keeping my eye on those heavy tanks to kind of foresee what I'm going to have to mess with. And I'm thinking, alright, they're just coming around that corner right here, and they got to get in there. I will make it down to this area right here before they do. And I have a feeling they must have moved this rock pile back a little bit, because for the save my life here, you can't get shots up there now. I mean, this tank doesn't set that high, and I could not get shots at anything up there like I used to be able to. They've already lost 2 tanks on the enemy team. So basically what I'm doing is just kind of looking to see what I got here and got to measure up with. I see the KV-1 at the top right up on me here. But like that round right there, if I were not shooting premium rounds, I would have never went through his turret. Second shot, we finished him off. So yeah, the KV-1 standard round would not have gone through his turret. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's why I shot all premium rounds in this match. And we're just rolling over this team. So also, if I want to get a lot of damage, I'm gonna have to make sure I penetrate stuff, because of the simple fact we're rolling right over this team so darn fast that you know, I need to make sure that I hit these things and actually penetrate and get as much damage in as I can. And if you're bouncing around, you're not getting damage. So we got, can't believe I missed that shot. That T1 Heavy there was trying to steal my kill. But he couldn't pen him either there. He was having some trouble. I actually think he did steal it. Yeah, T1 Heavy. He stole my kill. That thief. I tell ya. But anyways, whatever. All in all, it's just the fact that you want to win the match and get as much damage as you can while winning the match, so that you get your WN8 up and work towards getting that gun barrel mark. I know there's a guy that's got like, I don't think he's got as many tanks as me. He does have a lot of them, but I believe he's got every one of them 3 marked that he owns. He owns a lot too. So we take out one of the artilleries, and that's where the T-29 shot me an invite, because he had 3 kills and I had 3. Usually I notice that pretty quick and I'll shoot them an invite. Or matter of fact, did I shoot him an invite? I thought I shot him an invite. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, no, I know I shot him an invite. Why did it look like I got the invite? That was weird. Anyways, well, I told him, I said, you know, don't get killed, because if you get killed, we not to get the Brothers in Arms. Or at least, I thought I told him that. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I ain't paying attention to my own damn replay. I knew artillery was down here, and I knew I was going to take a hit by him. But he only hit me for 170, so I am not complaining. And yeah, we rolled over those guys pretty darn quick. I think what made it so easy for us to roll over them is the heavies that went this way. We got a good foothold on them and pushed right up that way, right? You know, versus getting stuck down in this area and just playing peekaboo. We were able just to annihilate all their heavies that were in this area and just keep right on pushing up. So that worked out fantastical. Not fantastical, fantastical. So you want to hold on for a minute? I'll be right back. Some post-game stats for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those that do not approve of shooting premium rounds, I know, shame on me. I actually did put it on premium rounds and completely forgot to take it off. And I know it sounds like an excuse, and I say it way too many times. It's just I get going in the battle, and I literally do. It's not. I don't do it on purpose. Sorry if it's pop. I'm trying to move my mic away. Um, I do not do it on purpose. For the most part, I've been getting really good about putting it on standard rounds and shooting all standard. Or if it's an auto loader, usually I use my first magazine with premium, and then I try shooting standard after that. The reason I do that with auto loaders, well, obviously because you can't shoot one shell at a time. You know, like one, then reload, and one shell, and then reload. No, you got a magazine of 4, 5, 6, how many ever in that particular tank. And I don't like when I have a match and I'm down here with these zeros, you know, or very low numbers. Look at all those zeros. Holy smokes. They all shot standard rounds. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm not out to make a ton of credits. I mean, I've always got 3, 4 million credits, 7, 8, 10, 15, whatever million gold. Convert this over real quick. I've got all the tanks in the game, so it's not like I'm really worried about converting experience, but I try to do it just in case they introduce a new tank line, which they will be pretty soon. I did see, whoops, where did I see it? Where, oh, where? Oh, right here. Italy! But it doesn't have any tanks, obviously. If you look at the tech tree, there's nothing. They don't even have the Italian flag in the tech tree yet. But so I know they're going to be introducing a new tech tree pretty soon, so I'm trying to get, you know, convert and get as much experience as I can, because when they come out with a new line of tanks, I like to go all the way up to the tier 10, research them, and buy the ones I want. Normally I always buy the tier 10, 9, 8, 7, and then when I get around, you know, depending on my credit situation, how many credits I have, gold, and all that stuff, if I have enough, I'll just buy the whole tank line. I always start at the tier 10 and buy that one first, just due to the fact if I get down to the tier 3 or 4 and I run out of, you know, to where I don't have enough credits for those, whoop-de-doo. You know, but I like to have those top tiers. So, and also I'm trying to get a mark on this thing, and you know, the way to get a mark on these is the more damage you do, the quicker you get your experience brought up. I don't know if that's experience, I guess percentage towards your mark of excellence. And I'm at 56.34, 65. I'll get my first mark on this one, and I want a 3 mark it. Well, in order to get marks on your tanks, you have to do damage. So if I go out and shoot 13 rounds and I pen 2 and bounce the rest, well, yeah, we won. That's all well and good. I did a whole whopping 400 damage. That's all well and good, but that shoots your WN8 in the ass, and then it doesn't help you towards getting a mark on your barrel because you're not doing that damage that you need to get a mark. Just for instance, like on that match, overall for the day, my WN8 is 2,790, which is actually really good. It's Super Unicom WN8. I've had 9 matches since I reset it today. I have had a total of, I think, 18 matches. I think that was not including that new Tier 8 Samoa SM that I did the review on. I don't think those were included in this. Well, actually, I can look. Let's see. For George, yeah, Samoa SM. So I had a few matches after that, or before that, like I think about 5 maybe. So I've had more matches than this, but my WN8 before I reset it was right around 2,000. So it'll be around a 2600 WN8. And I'm trying to get my WN8 up because I've been playing artillery a lot and I mean a lot, trying to get these two Object 260 missions done for the, that premium reward tank. And since I've been playing Artie so much, because of what they did to artillery, doing a lot of damage is just not really too feasible. That's why I think most of the missions that we're used to have to do like 5 or 10,000 damage, I haven't looked, but I don't even think those are in there anymore. Now it's you got to stun so many tanks, and your team's got to do so much damage or hit so many tanks once you damage them, and I can't seem to get that done. I'm hitting the tanks literally in groups of 4 and 5, right in front of the friendly tanks on my team, and they're not shooting when they're stunned. They have to shoot them when they're tracked or stunned, and I'll have at the end of a match, oh geez, 12 or 13 tanks I hit, and maybe 1 or 2 tops were shot by friendly tanks when I stunned them or they were tracked. I cannot seem to get that mission done. And so I've been playing artillery a lot trying to get those missions done, and my WN8 is suffering. It's actually dropped from 1805. It is now down to 1797, I think it is. So now I figure, okay, I'm putting artillery on hold. I got to get my WN8 back up. I'm a numbers guy. I love having nice stats. I love having, just blue Unicom. I would prefer to have Super Unicom, but I think your WN8's got to be closer to 3,000. I think it's 2,600 or 2,500 and higher to be a Super Unicom. If I didn't work, or if I worked and I lived in a house back in Michigan and I was home every night, oh hell, I'd be on tanks every night, but I just don't have the luxury being that I'm out on the road. So, anyways, that's a long story that I could have made a lot shorter, but I thought maybe I kind of owed you an explanation why I've been shooting so many premium rounds, because a lot of people watch, and when they see people shooting premium rounds, you're a gold slinging noob, you don't know how to penetrate, and believe me, I know where to shoot almost probably every one of these tanks. I've got 453 tanks in my garage, and I probably know where most every weak spot is on every tank, except for like a couple of the brand spanking new ones. For one, because I own them, and people shoot me, and I know where they're shooting me if that would be considered a weak spot or not. But like I said, when you're trying to get a great WN8, you're trying to do that damage, you don't want to have 5 or 6 shots and 4 of them bounce. It's not going to happen. And to get those marks of excellence, you can't have bounces. You got to have penetrations. And the standard pen on this isn't rotten when you're top tier 145, but it's not the best. And I was not top tier in that match, and if I came, well, let's see the ones I came up against. Let's see. Obviously, standard would have penned it. Churchill 7, I probably would have had trouble going through him with standard rounds. Skoda T40, that's another one I probably would have been real iffy. Obviously, artilleries, I would have been able to go through those with standard rounds pretty easy. KV1 with 145 pen. I think, 100 hull armor and maybe 110, depending on which one it is. I think KV1S is a little more armored. The KV1 I think has got like 90 turret armor, 100 hull armor, but it's sloped, so 145 probably would have struggled. T1 heavy, 145 is going to struggle, but I think I might have been hitting him in the side. So, to each their own. I don't get mad when I get shot with premium rounds because it's a part of the game, and somebody might be doing the same thing I'm doing. Trying to get their WN8 up or trying to put a mark on their barrel. And so, I understand fully. It's not like you're cheating. They're in the game. Everybody can use them. But anyways, now that I've rambled on enough about that, that was a Master Badge Class 1, a Fire for Effect, and we got a Brothers in Arms, because towards the end I shot an invite to the T29 because he had like 3 kills or 4 kills, something like that. So I shot him an invite, and I told him, because that happened earlier today, I shot a guy an invite. We both had 3 kills or 4 kills apiece. And I shot him an invite. He took it. Well, then he turned around and rammed the tank and died. I'm like, dude, you can't die in order to get the Brothers in Arms. So we lost out on that one, but got this one this time. So we hit the SU 14-1 artillery twice for 350, finished him off. Churchill 7, we hit him once for 207, finished him off. The Skoda T40, spotted him, he got hit for 510. And we originally spotted him, the M44 Artillery, we originally spotted him. And he got hit for 78 damage after I shot him for 202. KV1, we hit him twice for 398, finished him off. On the T1 Heavy, we hit him 3 times for 648. Knocked out his track radio, bounced one of his rounds, and he got 12 damage upon me destroying his track. That's at 12. We did the most damage with 1,805, got 3 kills and a base experience of 1,004. We had 11 shots, 9 hit, 9 pen, 1,805 damage. We got hit 3 times, 2 pen, 1 bounce for 110 damage. Blocked. We spotted 2, damaged 5, destroyed 3. Damage with our assistance was 600, and we still made 3,203 credits. We lost, you can see, 35,200 on ammo, and to repair the vehicle was 1,529. But we still made a credit, so, you know, all 'tis not lost. But like I said, I'm not out to make credits. I'm out to mark the barrels and stuff. And in order to do that, a lot of times well, if you're working for trying to get a great WN8 and trying to mark your barrel, premium rounds are going to be in your future. If you're not working for those, or you don't have a premium account, then more than likely you're going to shoot standard rounds, but then you're going to get a lot of bounces. Not that I'm trying to knock anybody here, but just for instance, we'll take a peek. So M7, well, only had one shot, and he bounced his, and he didn't hit it. KV1, he had 8 shots, 4 hit, 2 pen. So he bounced a couple. T34, 11 shot, 8 hit, 2 pen. Bounced a lot. Whoops. PZ, 5 shots, 3 hit, 3 pen. So, not bad. 11 shots, 9 hit, 4 pen. So he bounced a lot. 3 shots, 1 hit, 1 pen. 1375, 10 shots, 8 hit, 6 pen. So he bounced a couple. Jagdpanzer 4, 11 shot, 10 hit, 6 pen, so he bounced a couple, and the standard rounds on that are actually pretty good. S35CA, awesome flipping gun, 7 shot, 6 hit, 3 pen, so he bounced a couple. Type 64, 13 shots, 11 hit, 10 pen, so he bounced a couple. T29, 8 shots, 8 hit, 7 pen, so he only bounced 1, and looks like he did a little friendly damage there in accident. And I had 11 shots, 9 hit, 9 pens. So everything I shot penetrated. And more than likely due to the fact that the standard pen on this is 145, but the premium bumps me up to 194. Which is definitely good enough to go through every tank on the enemy team. The only one I would have had trouble with would have been the AT-8 from the front, but it's got that big old commander's hatch. And the T29 unless you hit the lower plate. Which I've actually bounced the lower plate on a T29 with this tank before, so with premium rounds at that. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my next victim to get a 3 mark on. I'm working on it, almost up to the first mark. But anyways, you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so here we are in the new and improved ass-kicking graphics Erlenberg. Oh my goodness, this map is just beautiful. I go crossing the water because now they got it set where you can pretty much cross this water anywhere. Well, I took it kind of careful at first because I was pretty sure it was this map, but I didn't want to go trying to cross the old drink there and go bloop and drown. But when I'm going across, I get over in this area, which I'm going to pause this real quick now. Now, there's a line of trees, you can see them right here, which there was some up here before, but nothing like this. Nothing like this at all. Now you can actually set back in here, and that's exactly what I do, since I'm a tier 5 and a tier 7 match. I didn't feel like getting annihilated. So I figured I'm going to set back here and snipe. And, yeah, it's beautiful the way they got this set up over here now. You can actually set back here and get shots at around the castle. It used to be the other side had the advantage because, you know, they could set here, they could set in here, or they could get up on that little hill area right here. and you really had no chance. You would just get, they'd have pop shots at you and just annihilate you, or artillery would just drop on your head as soon as you got lit. So I wanted to actually go on this side and kind of look at it. This hill looks nothing like it used to. I didn't go over there, but it looks way tiny. So I kind of hope I get this map again to check that side out. But so I go over here and yeah, we put a hurting on them, guys, and we put a hurting on them bad. But I was just amazed by, like, when you drive through snow and stuff, how it actually goes up on your tank tracks and stuff like that. It's like you actually are going through a powdered thick amount of snow. It's freaking awesome. But yeah, I was going real slow on this, and I'm like, yeah, you can pretty much cross it anywhere. I don't think you can cross it over there. It looks pretty darn deep. Yeah, it looks pretty deep over in here, guys. I don't know if I would, yeah, you get in here, you're not gonna make it through that. It's looking like, right into there. Yeah, that gets way deep. I'd say play it safe right here and over there. So it's a lot wider area. Can't really go back too far here. It looks like you might even be able to get in there. It doesn't look too deep. I don't know. I don't want to be the first one to find out by getting, you know, drowning myself. But just look how, like, when you drive in the snow, how it actually goes up over the tracks. The snow just comes out. I mean, oh my God, I just love it. It just looks so flippin' realistic. And look at the water coming off the tank. Oh yeah, watch this. Where's that airplane? There it goes. Kablam! Bitch, and he's dead. But look at this, man. I mean, that looks so flippin' awesome. Yeah, my jaw was just drooping on the floor. I was so impressed on the graphics, and like you're driving in snow. And look at that. I mean, it's coming up over the, like, almost like you're in sand, but like if you're stepping in snow. I mean, how your foot goes down into the snow. That's what this looks like. It's not like your tank is above the snow and it's leaving a track. I mean, look at those. I mean, the track is actually down in the snow. I mean, look at this. Look at the groove it leaves. I mean, I couldn't be more impressed, guys. This, wow. And I'll probably say this a million times. I am so very impressed with what Wargaming did to the graphics on this. They did it right. That is the easiest way to put it. Wargaming did it right. I mean, they could have come out with this update and it could have just completely sucked or looked like shit, or just the graphics could have been worse. It could have looked like a bunch of clowns, you know, clown graphics or something. Like when I played, oh gosh, what is that? Armored something or other. It was it's another tank game, but with like Bradleys and stuff. Armored Warfare. I think that might be it. When you drove on the sand, it didn't even look realistic. It was like, it was almost like your track was, it looked like sand, but it looked like you were driving on cement. It just, the realism was just not there. And you would slide around on sand like you were on flipping ice. Yeah, I never got into that game. One, actually the biggest reason was because of the graphics. I mean, it was supposed to have better graphics than Wargaming's World of Tanks, and I still think World of Tanks looked better. By far. But I didn't like the gameplay on that one. Just World of Tanks has always been my cup of tea. Can't believe I dunked that one and shot low. If I aimed up a little higher, I would have schmucked him in the track. Maybe ripped his track off there. But yeah, the graphics on this are just so flippin' awesome. I mean, I would like to be driving around right now so you guys can see what it looks like. It looks pretty cool too when you hit a tank. How it's got that little explosion that you see on this end. He just got flippin' annihilated. What is that tank? Oh, I'm sorry guys, I don't have the tanks on here. My mini map, I've got to get it so it's not so dark so you can see through it. That's why I'm kind of keeping it a little bit smaller so it's not, you know, taking up as part of the screen where you can't see anything, but not too small where you can't see what's going on. Right about there. But yeah, this is a solid position right here. You got cover now. I mean, I was gonna go moving out, and then I saw that tank destroyer. I'm like, ruh-roh, Raggy. I don't know if he spotted me or not. I don't have sixth sense on this tank. I think he actually did spot me, but yeah, I bounced that around. I think this is where I said the hell with it, moved out. Obviously, they got one IS and a artillery. I did shoot a couple premium rounds at the IS because 145 pen on an IS is not going to go through it. Oh, that's why he didn't pen me. Spaced armor. Gotta love that spaced armor. Why, yes. There's not a lot of it on German tanks, but where it is, it's where it needs to be. And look at that when you go through the like mud too, how your tanks bury down in. Damn, I love it. I just love it. It just, whoops, looks so flippin' awesome. But, yeah, on an IS, 145 penetration is not going to go through the front of an IS. I mean, I bounced, I think, a couple here with premium rounds. Like that one bounced. You can see all the green marks on the front of him where other tanks have just bounced. They damage, 135 damage per shot, and I'm 108, 130, 128, 124, 132, and it's 135 damage per hit. 150, I got a one high roll out of the whole bunch of those. Thought I was going to be able to take him out, darn it all. But, yeah, we annihilated those guys too. But I threw this one in here just for the simple fact I wanted to show you guys how you have a lot better protection over there now. Which obviously you got the game now too, so I wonder how deep that water is. If you go in there, if it's going to drown. I mean, it's not that far, so you could shoot across it if need be. But I'm just wondering if you shoot across that, getting those trees there and use them for cover. Because you can see the red mark goes, you know, along that way over there. But you could get up in there and use that for cover. Obviously, you can't get up into that castle. I wonder. Oh, okay, so you can go up into that. I know you could climb up in there, but I didn't pay attention. Castle looks a lot different. A lot different than what it used to be. Wow, way, way different. Had that road that came down like this side of the castle, but the wall was only about yay tall. Didn't have these big pillars up here like this. And then the enemy team always had that damn hill that was right here, but it went way up, and they would set up there with tank destroyers and just annihilate you coming from this side. And they'd shoot the crap out of you and never get spotted. But yeah, this map just looks flippin' phenomenal. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, I had to throw this one here, guys. That map. Wow, Erlenberg has changed huge. Obviously, I only saw the one side, but now when I was on the side before they did the update that I was in this match, what would happen is you had that big field with a little bit of bushes, trees in the very corner kind of where I was, but nothing to give you any kind of cover to shoot at the enemies that were up around the castle. Whereas the enemy team had the hill with trees up there, plus they had some dips and stuff where they could set back and snipe at you when you come around the building. So they did make that, to what I can tell on this side, at least a little more fair, to where, like I sat back there, Tier 5 and a Tier 7 match and just sniped like crazy. I ended up pushing forward and taking out the IS. I did switch to premium rounds to work the IS because this has got really good penetration for the standard rounds. I think it's 157, I think. Yeah, 157, but to go through the front of an IS, I think I bounced a couple, one, maybe two premium rounds off the front of that thing. It's just got really good armor, you know, when you're shooting at it with a Tier 5. So, had to shoot some premiums, but we whittled through them. So that was a Master Badge Class 1, Fire for Effect. We got 1 bond for that, and a high caliber. We hit the IS 4 times. I ended up not taking them out. Artillery finished them off, I believe. But 499 damage. Heavy tank number 6 hit him twice for 265. 3001P hit him twice for 177. Knocked him out. Spotted him for 14 assisted damage. IKV 65-2 hit him 3 times for 408 damage. Finished him off. Bounced one of his rounds for 240 and spotted him, so he got 172 damage for that. Crusader, damage upon me knocking off his track was 64. I hit him 3 times for 386 and knocked off his track, obviously. We did the most damage with 1,735. 2 kills with a base experience of 931. We had 18 shots, 15 hit, 14 pen. So yeah, it must have been 1 round that I bounced off the front of the IS. And that was a premium round too. Everything else I shot were standard. Total damage 1735 from a distance of more than 300 meters, 828. We got hit once and we bounced that round for 240. Damage 5, destroyed 2. Damage with our assistance was 250. We made 39,821 credits. Says nothing for ammo. I must have a bunch of those shells in, oh yeah, 20 of those in the depot and 35 of those in the depot. I didn't realize I had that many shells in that thing. This is obviously one of the first tanks I got a long time ago, and it used to be you had to pay gold for premium rounds, and that's why everybody calls them gold rounds, or at least the older players do. And so when something would come on sale like that for ammunition, I'd buy a ton of it, and that's why I've got so many premium rounds and you know, even standard rounds back then you could buy like in bulk quantity, you know, because they'd go on sale and you'd you know, cost you less in the long run because you'd ended up not using any ammo because you had it in your depot for buying it. But oh god, that map, I'm telling you dudes, I love it. Dude and dudettes, I love it. The snow when you're driving through it, it sinks up in your track like you go, you know, I can't, you know, I'll probably go on for the next 7 months about how good the graphics look. This is a nice little tank, the 3001H. The gun they put on this thing is, they call it the Waffle. Well, it's a different name now, 0725, but everybody used to call it the Waffle. For its tier, it's a badass gun. I mean, it's got the premium rounds at a tier 5 can go through a tier 10, depending on where you hit them and what tier 10. 221 premium round penetration, 157 standard. So it's a really good gun. Most of the rounds you'll most of the tanks that you shoot at, you'll only have to shoot standard. But like the IS, yeah, you know, I probably would have bounced more than what I did if I wouldn't have switched. Dispersion's not too bad. Mine's 0.32. Aim time is okay. What is mine? 2.13. So a little bit long of an aim time, but not, you know, so much where you're going, oh my god, it takes forever. This might be another tank that I might decide to 3 mark for one of the smaller tiers. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, please click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.